Well, hello everyone. It's the first week in March. I hope you're having a good spring. Conditions have really changed. Here we're getting that time of year when the mornings can be really cold and the afternoons can be pretty warm. The temperatures can range anywhere from 0 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning to 40 degrees Fahrenheit by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Those kind of conditions sometimes can be a little bit difficult to ski and to wax for. Early in the morning in the spring just sets up some snow conditions that makes it difficult to use traction pattern skis or waxless skis. Oftentimes it's warm in the afternoon and very cold in the morning. It'll ice over and the traction pattern just has a difficult time grabbing onto crusty ice. That's probably its worst conditions. After it warms up and the snow softens up a bit, the traction pattern just kicks in and it really works well. On Tuesday, I took a friend over here and we skied up and I noticed something very interesting. And I shot a lot of GoPro footage. Unfortunately, the GoPro, as they are, they tend to be finicky. When I got home and I looked at all the files, some of the files were missing and some of them were corrupted. That just seems to be the nature of GoPro. It seems like when you have something really important, they end up letting you down. But irregardless of that little rant, I'm heading back up there this morning and I want to check it out and hopefully it's still there. We'll shoot some video this morning. Just a couple days ago, as we were climbing up this ridge, looking for some turn terrain, we noticed something unusual. Something up there just up ahead. I wasn't quite sure what it was because I had skied it about 5 days ago and came right down over the top of it. Wasn't sure what we were going to find. This time of year I'm always sensitive to brown spots in the snow, and the reason being is as we move closer and closer into spring, sometimes the bears start to emerge, and the last thing you want to do is either wake up or bump into a hungry bear. And I've come across bear dens in the wintertime after they've emerged, and when they come out they tend to push a little dirt out. They leave kind of a big brown spot on top of the snow. And well, as we approach this area, I did it with caution because I had skied it just 5 days earlier, came right down over the top of this, and didn't notice a thing. So when I saw this, my first reaction is, well, something's come out of the snow there. Something's been digging in the snow. Don't know what it is. So we approached it with caution. Sometimes snow machines earlier in the season will come up on these steeper slopes and they'll get stuck. When they get stuck and they try to power themselves out, they'll push up a lot of dirt, debris, and dust. There were no tracks when we were here the other day, at least snowmobile tracks. I wasn't sure what it was, and then as I got closer, I noticed there was a lot of hair. I thought, wow, what we got going on here? A lot of hair, but no carcass. And I came over and looked over the edge, and down below this 3.5 feet of snow, you can see a carcass. And the predators obviously just discovered this because they've had to tunnel their way down to the carcass. So this must have died in the fall, maybe early part of winter. And what a bounty, a little circle of life. I know it's gruesome, but it's quite interesting. You can just see the predator tracks coming from everywhere to this little knoll, and feeding on this at night, I assume. This has got to be quite the bounty. We'll look a little closer at the hair and see if we can figure out what it is. The bones look pretty good sized. We'll stick this pole down in the hole and see what we can see. Be careful, I don't want to lose my GoPro. It wouldn't be any fun to crawl down in there. Probably pretty nasty. Here's obviously where they're. Well, it's hard to really know what exactly happened here, but obviously this animal wasn't taken down by predators. If it had been, it wouldn't have sat most of the winter underneath the snow and only to be unburied now and devoured. My best guess is sometime this winter this animal succumbed either through starvation or old age, and the animals finally smelled it out and dug it up over the last few days. Well, it's quite a bounty for them. I'm not really a hair expert. I'm not quite sure what this is. Definitely brown in color. But looking at the size of the leg bones down below there, it's either an elk or a moose. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, be safe and be kind. Hope to see you out on the trail sometime.